Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be looking at Django, a Python framework for website development, a Python framework for very easy and fast development of web applications. And to start this, I'm going to quickly share my screen. Okay, so we did some things previously, but we found out that people were not following properly. So now we are starting afresh with new methods of getting things done. And the methods that we're going to be using are in the steps that we've already highlighted in our website, www.jam.ekenecouni.com. So once you get there, in the search that is around here, type in Django steps, then you'll be led to this very page. And we're going to be taking these steps one by one. So the first thing we're going to do is to create a new folder on our desktop and call that folder Jan. I'm going to quickly get to my desktop. This is Jan. So to create a new folder, just right click, then click on new, click on folder, type in the name Jan. That's what we're using. So just click on new and then click on folder. Once you right click on your empty desktop, click on new, click on folder, then you can be able to create the Jan, which is the folder that we're going to be using for our application. And that's the first thing I did. So you can see my Jan here. So having done that, the next thing on the list would be to install Python by simply saying Python -m pip install Django. So that's what we did. We installed Django. We already have Python. From our previous classes, you should already have Python. So the next thing is to install Django. So this is the command to install Django. So I'm going to quickly get to my command prompt. You can see that after creating that folder, please click on File. And click on File, you're going to see Open Folder. Click on Open Folder, then get to where you save the folder and click on it and click on Select. That folder will be opened here. And once that is done, you're going to see desktop/Jan. You have to be in this directory. If not, your commands are not going to work properly. So once I've done that, I should be able to do my normal Python. So that's the next thing. Python -m, then pip install Django. So that is how you install Django. I'm gonna put this command. This is the command I just showed you on the website. So that is the command to install Django. If I already have Django, it's gonna tell me requirements already satisfied. And that is what it's telling me now, because I already did this command. But if you've not done yours, it's gonna run through the command. So the next thing after installing Django will now be to check the version so that we'll see whether Django is actually there. So what code do we use in checking the version? We simply say Python -m Django version. So make sure you put double hyphen. So I'm gonna check this. So I'm gonna say what? Python -m. And I'm checking the what? Django version. So I want to check out what is the Django version. So once I put this command, I'm gonna press the enter key. I say no just such module as Django. Okay, I think there's a mistake somewhere. Okay, so Python and Django version. Okay, I'm gonna repeat this command and just make sure that I put small letter D. I hope my spelling of Django is okay. Okay, you can see 3.1, and that is the version of Django that I have. I have Django 3.1. So what is the next step we do? Having known that we have Django, the next one will be to create our application, the web app, the website you're creating. That's what you do here. Yeah, I'm creating a poster website. That's why I have a poster. So the command to use in creating a project, which is your new web application, is Django admin start project. Then you put the name of the project, the name of the website, the name of your application. It's going to be Tclassified.com. Then that's what it's going to come here. Django dash admin start project written together. Then you put the name of the project, and that's what we're going to do. So we simply say what? Say Django admin, and we'll say what? Start project written together. So what's the name of the project that's developing? Poster. That's what we're developing. So that is the command to create a project. You can see I made this very simple by highlighting all the commands that you need to complete your work. So please make sure that you do the same. This solves the problem that we are having before, some of in creating the virtual environment and other things. But in a normal production system scale, you are supposed to create virtual environments and go from virtual environment down. So you can see that this project has been created. If you look by the left-hand side in the pane, you're going to see the poster, means that poster is created. So we are following these steps. These steps are on my website, www.jamboeknekouni.com. Once you get there, you will see something that looks like a search. Just type in Django steps. You'll be able to see these steps. So now, after creating the project, if you open up the directory, you're going to see all these things. So I'm going to do that so that I explain what these are. So if I open up this, you're going to see a poster, another poster inside the poster. So when you click that one again, then you're going to see some certain files, some certain Python files. The first is the init py file, then the asdi.py, the settings.py, the url.py, and the wsdi.py. So all these files are going to be under the inner poster. So if you had used Abubakar as the name of the app, then you're going to see another Abubakar that is going to have this file. So that is how it works. So we're going to take our time to explain what these files are. So this is the same thing that we have here. Under poster, you're going to have manage.py. Apart from manage.py, you're going to have another poster that has all these files. And that is exactly what we have here. Under poster, we have this manage.py here. Then apart from this manage.py, we will now have another poster that has init, that's double underscore init double underscore dot py. Then asdi.py, settings.py, urls.py, wsdi.py. And we'll say that Python, Django uses what we call the model view controller architecture. And we are going to find out how all these subfiles help Django in using that very model view controller architecture to develop websites very fast and very good. So let's look at these files one by one. And that's where I wrote this. We have the outer poster, which is the root directory, is the container for your project. The name doesn't matter. In Django, you can rename it to anything. Okay, so let's start with the first one. The first one we have there is the manage.py. So this manage.py is a command line utility that lets you interact with the Django project in various ways. You can read all the details about manage.py in Django admin and manage.py. Now, after this very manage.py that you see, you now see another poster, and that's what they are trying to explain now. The inner poster, which is this second poster directory, is the actual Python package. So that is the actual Python package. The second one on the inside is the actual Python package for your project. Its name is the package, Python package name you will need to use to import anything inside it. This is supposed to be poster, please. Poster inside poster, you have the init.py. So what does that init.py inside poster? What does it do? This very init.py, what does it do? So what it does is that it's an empty file that tells Python that this directly should be considered as a Python. So what it's saying that this very init.py, what it does is that it tells that this very package is a Python package. That's what it does. So you can see it here, an empty file that tells Python that this directly should be considered as a Python package. So without that init the py, it's not going to know that this is a Python, and you know that Django is a Python package. So if you're a Python beginner, read more about packages in the official Python docs. Then the next one is the settings.py. This next one, settings.py. So what is the function of settings.py? So we see here that settings/configuration. This contains the settings configuration for the Django project. Django settings will tell you all about how settings work. So the next thing that we're going to be seeing will be we'll talk about the URL.py, this very one, URL.py. What does it stand for? The URL declaration for the Django project, a table of contents of your Django powered site. You can also read more about URL. URL simply means the linkage to other pages that you're going to be creating under this website. Is that clear? URL simply means the linkage, the address, how you can point to those other views, those other pages that you're going to be seeing. Then the next thing is the ASGI.py. This very ASGI.py, what does it do? It's an entry point for ASGI compatible web servers to serve your project. So you can also read more about ASGI. Then finally is the WSGI.py. This is the entry point for WSGI compatible web servers to serve your project. Okay, so those are the things, those are the files that we have. So immediately after creating this basic project, showing that our website is poster and it's actually a Python package as is shown by this init.py. These are double underscore init double underscore .py. So the next thing will be to run the server and get this website up. So that's what we're going to do next. And to run the server and get this website up, we simply give the command python manage.py run server. So why are we using manage.py run server now? We are using manage.py run server because during the installation or during the production of this project, we had this manage.py. So that's what is going to be helping us to run the server. So to run our server, I simply say what? Python manage.py run server. So that's how you run your server. So once you run this your development server, you're gonna see your you're gonna be able to see your what's it called? You're gonna be able to see your project up. So before I run this, please, you can see that manage.py is actually inside poster, so not inside full Django. So I'm gonna quickly seed into poster. So yeah, so now I'm in poster. So this is where I now run the code. So I can simply say python manage.py space run server. So at this point, my server, my development server is gonna run. So I should be able to see my website that I've created, which is the poster website. So after this creation, subsequent things that I'm gonna be doing will be to actively run. You can see now that it's watching the file, it's doing everything. So finally it has run, is running now. So starting development server. So it's telling you this is where you see your development server. Once it's done, this is what you see, quit the server with control break. So to see this side, I'm just gonna, once you hover over this, you're gonna see where they wrote press control click to open this. So I'm gonna hold down control. Then I'm gonna press this so that this website will open at this very port. This is the port where it is open. The local is at 8,000. So once it's opened, I'm going to see my website, and that is how to create a basic web application using Django. So subsequent things that we're going to be doing, we'll be working on this website, trying to elevate it and make it look like ours. And we're going to do that by creating a simple full application website. That's what we're going to be working on. So once you click on it, another way you can do is by just copying this and putting it inside your browser's address bar, then this website should open. Okay, so that's how you go about it. So okay, I'm gonna explain a little more thing before we get over. So immediately after doing your Python manage.py.run server, it's gonna perform system check. So once there is 0 issues, it's gonna do what? Apply some migrations, tell you the date that this is running, and it's gonna start the development server at this very port. So it will now open up, and that is how you can create your web application. So I'm gonna let this run. I hope there are no issues. Please, if you're having any issue, you can ask me a question before we continue with the next steps. Okay, so let me allow you guys ask question. If you have question, please you can ask now before we continue.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
So I'm still having problem with my Django.
Okay, what's the issue?
Not gotten to where I can type in that not where I can type in that Python install Django. Where would I do that?
Okay.
My VS Code.
And I think that will be the problem. Once you get to your VS Code, make sure that you are in the right directory.
Yes, sir.
Created a folder on the desktop, and we'll call that folder Django, and we'll open it up so that it will be like this. So once you've done that, this is now where you do your, it's inside this folder that you now do Python space -m pip install Django. So it has to be there. So when you do that and your Django installs, my own is telling me the requirement already satisfied because I already done that. So once you finish doing that, the next thing you will do is to do Python space -m Django double version to tell you the version, and that's why it's telling us 3.4. The next thing will now be to create your web application, and to create your web application, you simply use the command Django admin start project. So the name of this your web app is poster, so you put it, and it's gonna create poster. So once it's done creating this poster, you have to cd into the poster. So you change directly. CD simply means change directory into poster. So once you do it, you'll be seeing poster here. So it's inside this poster that you can now run this command, python manage.py space run server. So once you do that, it will run your server at this port. So when you now go to hold down the control key and double click on this, you should be able to see the website up. So that's what I did now. So my website is coming up. My Django website is coming up here. And that is how you develop your, you can see this is my Django website. You can see it at this very port, 127.0.0.1. This is localhost and at port 8000. And that is where it is running at the moment. So I clicked several times, so it opened several of them. So please check out make sure that you're seeing this in your browser at this very port. This shows that you've done everything appropriately. And that is where we are now. Okay, so the steps, like I told you, all of them are on the website, Jambo Ekene Uni. All of them are there. Once you get to the website, simply get to the search bar and type Django steps. You're gonna see all the steps. So I prepared it in this way so that even if you are not able to follow up at the pace that we are moving, you can always check it out. So I said the various functions of the files that you see once you start to do your start project. The init tells Python that this is a Python project so that the interpreter will know. The setting tells us everything about the website and adding app and every other thing. URL tells us the pointing to the various other web pages or other views because Python is using model view controller. So with the URL, you're going to be able to locate the other views that you're going to be creating, which are essentially your web pages or their endpoints. Then for WSDI related apps, this will be able to link to that And for ASDI related app, this ASDI.py, we should be able to link to that. So manage.py is what we are going to be using to run our server, and it comes immediately when you start the project. So that is what we've done so far. And when you get to this very point, you're going to see our website. This is our website. So we are going to take the next steps. So I hope everybody is okay. So like I said, all the commands are already here. So the next thing we are going to be doing now will be to create an app. So the way Django sees the website is that instead of seeing it as web pages, you understand, after the website, you have to see the web pages that come together to make up the website. I told us that website is a collection of web pages. Django sees this one as collection of web apps come together to make up the website. You understand? So there has to be component applications. So if you're having a poll, your poll should be an app that you create. If you're having a blog, instead of it being a page, a blog will be another app. You understand? So anything you want to put has to be an app inside the main web app, which is the website. So we're going to try start creating some of these component apps that will make up the website. And that is the next thing we do. And to do that, you use the command python manage.py start app. The other one was start project. If you want to create the main website, is start project. But if you now want to create the components app that make up the website, you now say start app. So you can see the command python manage.py start app polls. So the name of the app is polls. So python manage.py start app polls. And that's what we're going to do. So you can simply, if you want to leave your development server to be running, you can click on this plus so that you can have another batch where you'll be giving your command instead of closing your development server, because you want your development server to be on. If you close it, you will not see that website that you're seeing, that Django website that you created. So that's why I'm going to click on plus so that I can use another terminal to affect the next changes. So click on plus, you can see where we are. We are still inside what? Folder Django. But you know that we have to move into the new website that we created. So we'll change directly, cd into what? Poster. That's what we'll do. Cd into poster. So that will be in poster. So once I'm in poster, I can now give this very command, which will help me start the post app. So I can say python space manage.py start app post. So I'll do that. So I say python space manage.py start app. What is the name of the app I want to start? Post. So if you want to start app and it's blog, you say start app blog. So that is how you create the component apps that make up the website. So once I do that, you're going to see that you're going to see another folder here that will be posts. So apart from the main poster, okay, you can see it now. It has coming out. It's coming out post. Can you see post here? Can you see post here? When you click on this post that has been created, you also see the normal. You now see what will help you make this your Django file, your Django project, a model view control system. So you have views, you have models. Models will connect to the database. Views are going to connect to what you will see, and you're going to create a URL file that will point to those views. So whereas apps will contain the main logic. So we're going to be doing this often and often, and you're going to see that the processes are very, very simple actually. So what the command we just gave now, python manage.py start poll. That's how we're able to create a polls. So if you check out our files now, you see that there are two major apps. So inside the poster, which is the main website, you have the poster, which is the main application. Then you have the post, which is the component app. So that is how you're going to be having it. Okay. So if we get back to the site, we are going to see that inside post, we have init, admin, apps, migrates, for migration. Then we have init model test view. Is what I just explained to you. Okay, so having created the first app, in subsequent lectures, we are going to start writing our first view. So once we write our first view, we're going to find out that we're going to change this. This as it came from Django. Once we write our first view, we'll be able to change this and start imputing our own content. I'll be able to see our own content. So that's where we're going to be stopping now. So in subsequent classes, we are going to continue. Please try and make sure that you are at the point where we are now, so that once we start creating our views, you'll be able to understand what we're doing. Thank you. God bless you. Remember that everything you want is in Christ Jesus, and being a born again is the surest way to success. Thank you. If you are our digital audience and you want to connect to me, drop a comment in the comment section. If you're on Facebook Live following me, drop a comment in the comment section. I'll do well to read your comments and attend to you, or privately add you up to our WhatsApp group where we take on questions every time. Then if you're on YouTube, also drop your comments in the comment section. Ask your questions there. I'll take time to look at them. So please, just a brief summary of what I did. Immediately the first thing I did was that I went to the desktop, right clicked and created a new folder. And that new folder, the name is Django. Then when I now open my VS Code, I went to File. I clicked on File here, clicked on Open Folder. Then I opened that very folder that I created. And that's why I had this. Then immediately after doing that, the next command that I gave was the command that installed Django. So I simply gave the command that installed Django. And that very command, like I said, is on our website. You just get to our website and you see all the commands. So immediately after giving that command to install Django, this is the website www.jamboeknecouni.com. If you just get there, type in the search column there, you see Django steps. You see all these steps. So this is the first thing I did. I created a text on the desktop. I created a folder, Django. Then I opened this folder in VS Code. Then I gave this first command, Python space -m pip install Django. Then after installing the Django, I checked to know whether I have Django by checking the version by saying Python space -m Django, then --version. Then after that, I started creating my web app, my web project, which is Poster. That is the name of the website or web app, by simply saying Django admin, Django-admin start project Poster. Once I do it, I'm going to see the poster created, and it's going to have another directory inside it known as Poster, and also going to have the manage.py that is going to be helping it run out. So here I explain what the init is, very init, what it does, what the setting does, what the URL does, what the ASDI does, and what the WDI do as well. So immediately after that, I seed it into the poster. You have to seed it into this very poster that you created, this web app. So once you've done that, you can now do Python manage.py.run server. This will run your development server. Once you do that, after it will show you this, showing you the port where your website is running. So that port, once you click on it, you are going to see this website, and that's why we got this website, because we are running our development server. If you're not running your development server, you're not going to be able to see this. And to do this, immediately after doing your Python manage.py.run server, once this thing comes out, go and hover on it, hover on this port, hold down the control key and click on this so that you can have this website open. That's how you can open this. So if you don't do that, you can also copy that port, just put it inside the address bar of your browser like this, then you also have it shown. So after doing that, the next thing will be to create the component applications that will make up the website. And the first one we're creating is the post. I told you, if you want a blog if you want to have a blog, it should have been Python manage.py start app blog. If you wanted to have e-commerce or a shop, it would have been Python manage.py start app shop or e-commerce. So that's how you create the component. If it's supposed to be a profile page, we would have said Python manage.py start app profile. So once you do that, it's going to create that very app, and it will automatically populate it with the following Python file: init.py, admin.py, app.py, migration.py. So your model.py, test and view. So we're going to learn what all these are doing, as we are going to be using them to implement our web page. And that is the next phase that we're going to. So please make sure that we are on the same page. So once you do that, inside your full Django, you're going to see your post app. And if you click on your post app, you're going to see these two applications. First is the full app that we created, and the other one is the main app of the website, which will always have the same name as the website. So if you open the post app, you're going to be able to see admin.py, apps.py, models.py, text.py, view.py, and also the migration. Or if you open the poster, you'll be able to see the init double underscore init double underscore dot py, lgi.py, settings.py, urls.py, and the wsgi.py. Also under the poster, you also the main poster, the parent file, you're also supposed to see the manage.py, which you're going to be using to run the development server. So that's about it. That's about the introduction. Subsequent classes, we are going to continue from here. Thank you and God bless.